Hello, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today I'm going to explain to you why it's always perfectly unfolding. Why thoughts and feelings and emotions and circumstances don't create reality. You've heard this 1,000 times in 1,000 different videos in 1,000 different days, right? But here we go. I have a deeper explanation of it, a deeper one than I've seen in any case, right? Most of the time. So the common misunderstanding, people believe their thoughts, their feelings, or current circumstances are the cause of their reality. We've been taught to think this, or we have taught ourselves to think this. We don't really know why we believe something most of the time. We just have a belief, and when you become conscious, you realize, why do I think that? I have no idea why. I've heard it somewhere, and then it just proved itself to be true once or twice, and I just kept going. Right? I felt anxious, so I acted a certain way, which caused this result. But this view assumes a cause and effect chain that is not there. That's how it looks in a 3D, because the 3D has no other way than to look like that, where you cause something and the effect happens. You light a firework, boom, cause and effect. Some dominoes, push one or fall, cause and effect, because the 3D is nothing more than cause and effect. Right? The experiencing of cause and effect. It's not actually cause and effect because the cause is something else. The entire experience in the 3D is the effect. Right? It's a bit deeper than what we see. Even now, the wind is blowing outside. Wind blowing, tree moving, cause, effect. It's not that. It's your awareness creating the illusion of wind, tree moving in all one go. Crazy, I know. It actually isn't though, if you really think about it, right? But from a deeper perspective, awareness, thoughts, feelings, actions, and outcomes are not separate events. They are one whole, already created experience, the entire thing, right? So I had a sports example that I came up with yesterday because I was playing around with things. And I felt this myself. So it's kind of a personal story, but I'm just going to give the generalization of it. Imagine you're playing a high-stakes competitive match. Win or lose moment, right? Your heart starts to race, just in general. Your muscles tense, adrenaline flows. Most would say this feeling of anxiety may help me perform a bit better or cause me to choke in the moment. In truth, the anxiety, the actions you took during the game, the outcome were all part of the same unified moment in your awareness of everything unfolding perfectly, regardless of how you feel. Because your character feels all those things, so you can feel the entirety of what it is going on in that moment. The anxiety didn't cause the win or prevent it despite having the anxiety. Both were simply aspects of one frame in the movie of reality. The idea of risk, even, is part of the experience. You take a moment and you do something quite risky, and you think, oh, I could have lost the game there, I could have won the game there. That entire experience is just one with you, that in the whole thing, right? A flavor of the moment. It's not forcing or shaping the result. It's showing you what you're already conscious of being, right? I'm that guy or not. Or girl, doesn't matter. Either way, right? Then you became consciously aware of manifesting. Here we go. Thoughts kicking in. Choice matters. Choice doesn't matter. Manipulation. Don't manipulate. What to do now? Oh God. There's a million choices to make. Which is the right one? Imagine you're debating whether to go somewhere, to the store, to the park, and you finally decide, I'm going to go to the store. And something unexpected happens. You run into someone you haven't seen in months, you share a great conversation, and it's tempting to think, if I stayed at home, I would have missed this. I made the right choice. Awareness is working, right? But in reality, you experienced, there was never a version of you that should have chosen differently. You're creating that then and there in the moment as if you make wrong choices, right? The moment of hesitation, the eventual decision, the encounter were already part of the same unfolding of the script. Kind of makes you feel as if you don't have any free will whatsoever, but you have free will to consider, to think, and to choose who you are. That's where your free will starts and ends. I think Neville Goddard said that as well, where it's like the illusion of three-dimensional free will. Something like that, he said. Can't quite recall it. Just popped into my mind right this minute. But you can check that out as well. I'll maybe do a video on that at some point. Yes, there are infinite versions of you that stayed home. You already experienced that unwittingly, right? You went somewhere else. You experienced that too. Changed your mind midway on the road to go this way, right? Or arrived at a different time. Did that too. Stuck in traffic or not. But your awareness was tuned into this one at that moment. You didn't cause it by choosing what you were choosing in the moment, right? You simply experienced the choice and its matching scene, its concurrent matching scene that source already prepared for you. Things are always working out in your favor, right? So why circumstances don't matter? When you see that, feelings don't dictate outcomes, circumstances don't limit possibilities, choices are part of the scene and not the cause of the scene. And the more conscious you are in the moment, the more of the moment you experience, the more beingness you have in the moment. So it's not just limiting that this one scene was unavoidable, right? You can choose in the moment who you are right then and there. You can keep choosing right then and there. The more you are awake in the script, the more you're always choosing, and the more everything changes in the moment, right? So then this fear of messing it up disappears because you know that if I'm always choosing who I am, my best self, that means I can't actually make a wrong decision. That means every decision I've already made. Every decision I can make, I've already made. So it doesn't matter. I'm choosing and assuming whatever I choose is going to unfold perfectly, because you don't even know why you want to do the thing you want to do. You know there's a reason for it, but you don't know why. So stop trying to figure out why. You literally can't choose wrong because the whole sequence, thoughts, emotions, actions, and results, is one complete idea expressing itself in your awareness. So who are you? I am the version of myself that's always experiencing that which I desire. And the past doesn't exist except as a memory that you're calling forth again and again and again and again. But you're not even calling forth the same memory. You're calling it forth differently each time. You're recreating it in the best way you can, trying to remember the beats that happened. But most of what you remember doesn't even come about. You remember like that little thing that happened. If you're walking through your room and you bumped your foot on the table, you forget about everything else that happened in the 5 minutes leading up to it and the 5 minutes after. You remember that part. Right? That's why. You don't remember most of what happened. You can't remember the past hour, you don't remember. You remember the little things that jump out to you, but most of it you don't. Right? And you can revise how you hold it now, which is the same as shifting the identity you're being in this moment. The moment you decide that's no longer who I choose to be, I choose to be awareness. I choose to be knowing I am awareness. I choose to be knowing that what I am aware of, conscious of being, that is who I am. You are already living from a different state, in a different state, right? The entire world is within you. So, return to your knowing. When that moment doesn't feel like your preference, in that moment, when you feel like doing something, you have to do this, just let that be there. It's not as simple as it sounds, but it's not as complicated as it feels either. Just let it be there. Just let the thought be there. Play it out in your mindset. This is whatever I feel like doing. This is whatever outcome I see happening because of that. This is the other outcome I fear happening because of that. I let that all live within me and know that, hey, whatever my preferences of my desired end, my version of myself that I choose to be as my desired end, my desired identity in that end, that's who I choose. I choose that. These other thoughts, whatever. Let it be there. Whether it's anxiety during a game or uncertainty in making a choice, don't consider spiraling a bad thing. Spiral. I ruined it. I need to fix it. Let that all be there. And then remember, I am awareness itself. The entire scene was already created. It doesn't matter. I choose now who I am and what story I am living. I am exactly who I desire to be. I couldn't be anyone else. From that knowing, you can imagine it the way you prefer. Not because you're fixing something broken, but because it's your nature as awareness to choose and to focus on the absolute best thing, the highest thing, the most vibrationally powerful experience that you have in every moment. Why the hell would you want to do anything else? Honestly. If you're going to pick something, you're going to pick the thing that hits you the hardest, because you're allowing that to hit you the hardest. When I say hit you, I mean, like, ooh, this is crazy, I love this. Right? But it's me, it's you, it's us, it's whoever, it's I am. And we all that. So the ongoing movie, reality is like a film, right? You only experience it as it's playing. It's playing as you experience it. It's one and one. It's one to one. It's your experiencing is reality, right? It doesn't exist outside of that literal moment that you consider the experiencing of it. The past 5 minutes, it's gone. It's already gone back into possibility. We think it's still there because if I leave a pen on the floor somewhere, I say, oh no, that's still there from 5 minutes ago. No, but I'm creating it now. I'm creating the feeling of it now, the idea of it now. It just exists there. It just exists there. That whole idea of me putting it on the floor, sitting back down and remembering I did that, that's me creating the idea of it being there now. Right? Crazy. And that's how reality rearranges itself, right? It's like a Rubik's Cube. Once you go past that point where it was, it's irrelevant, right? And when the scene ends, it goes back into the real, or the quantum field, or the field of possibility, or God's bag of fun. Whatever you want to say, okay, it doesn't matter, right? You can replay it and change it the way you interpret it. You can do whatever you like. You are God. You can do whatever you like, right? Here's the thing. You can do whatever you like in the three-dimensional world. There are certain things that you just don't like automatically, like harming somebody, harming another person. It's against your nature to harm another person because deep down below, you understand that they are one with you, even if you don't feel that way. Like, oh, this person really irritates me. There's a deeper feeling that they are one with you. That doesn't mean don't get irritated. Trust me. Some people can really grate you. If there's one thing Sauce can do, it can create someone to really give you gray hair early. But honestly, it is actually all one being. Otherwise, it wouldn't work, right? You have this feeling the one thing the universe knows is you. You have this feeling already inside you. The thing that the universe knows the most is you. Why? Because it is you. It has to. And just like in a movie, you're not the character struggling to control the plot. You are the entire production. You don't have to worry about the plot or who, what, where, when, and why. The who bit is actually what you are, right? Just be the who. I am the who. I am the who I say I am. And whatever unfolds, it's always perfectly unfolding. That's why your thoughts and feelings don't do anything, because they're just in the script, in the scene, in the moment. You are reality. You are the thoughts and the feelings and the circumstances and the people and the events and everything else. You are reality. Whenever you're looking at something, always look at it and say, I am. I first. I made that. I made that. I made that. I made that. The great I made that. The great I am, is that. It's all happening in my awareness. I am that I. As that I, whatever I am aware of, I am. Because I am reality. I am your host, Reese. And this is Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. Thank you all for being here. Much love, much light. Thank you for the following, the ever-increasing amount of fascinating comments that come into my channel and Facebook. Thank you for joining. Quite a few people joined this morning. A lot. Love it. Feel free to post and answer questions or ask questions in the community chat below. People will answer. I will answer as well. TikTok page available if you want to check other forms of content. And if you have a personal matter and you want to talk about that, there is an email address in the description box below. Please reach out. Much love. That being said, I will see you all in the next one.